Hello everybody, welcome to the MaffmanJones movie show. I'm your host John Maffio, and today's featured movie. A little late of a review, but love Simon. It's a movie that deserves to be talked about. It's a coming-of-age high school film about a young man who wants to open up about his sexuality, but he doesn't know when the right time is, and he's ultimately just afraid of how his world will change once he does. But there's a website in his high school where people share posts, kind of like Tumblr, where they spill secrets and stuff, and an anonymous tip is given from a gay kid who is also gay in the high school, along with Simon. So Simon emails him, and they start having exchanges of conversations through emails, and this will change Simon's life for both good and bad. In a journey that is worth seeing in theaters. You should see it right now if it's still in theaters by you locally. This movie is typical and cliched and predictable in the sense that you've seen it before. You've seen this tale done before with different types of characters many times. But it's different here. The people who were in front and behind the camera knew they were making something special, and they wanted to tell this story and do it right. And you could tell, because it has all the things you would recognize in a movie like this, but it also feels real. It feels raw, also emotionally in many moments. You really believe in this character of Simon and his friends surrounding him, and this high school where they are inhabiting, and just the parents, just the activities, the principal who's played by Buster from Arrested Development, who is incredible. Like, you have those teachers who hate being in high school, but they're doing it because they have to pay bills, and literally they're open about it. And again, your principal who's just trying to fit in with the kids. Everything blends together well to make a movie that's funny, adorable, emotional. You walk away learning things, and not only is this a movie that really fantastically represents the coming-of-age story for gay men and women, but it really also is just a great movie in general, and anybody can enjoy it, and you can find yourself somewhere in this movie. It didn't feel like it had an agenda. It didn't feel like it was trying to push something at you, like pushing that this is a movie about a gay kid, focus on the gay. Which they could have, and it could have been fine that way, but the movie has this general broad sense of appeal that anybody could put themselves into this movie, put themselves into Simon. If you're heterosexual, if you're gay, it doesn't matter what you're into, you could find yourself in here, because everybody has secrets, everybody has things that they don't want to reveal about themselves, but this movie, especially for young kids growing up, they could watch this movie and possibly feel inspired to come out about something that they've been hiding from their friends or their family. This movie could very well possibly inspire a lot of kids that are growing up right now. And for a number of implications like that, this movie is special beyond belief. Besides that, the actual movie, it is predictable. You have seen it before, but it's the characters that make it. Again, you have the principal, you have this drama teacher, you have the core group of friends surrounding Simon, you have Simon himself, you have Simon's parents and his younger sister who likes to make and bake. I could tell you a lot about every character that they show in this movie. The drama kid who's overly dramatic about everything and a little sensitive when you get on his bad side. There's so many characters in this movie that you walk away remembering. Not to mention, the movie is framed and composed really well. The lighting is what you would expect from a movie like this. And there's nothing really super artsy about it, but it's just a really well-rounded, well-made movie. And a lot of the uniqueness of this movie story-wise is Simon having this pen pal, this anonymous other gay kid in the school that he wants to connect with, and he's trying to find out who exactly this gay kid is. So you're constantly going through the struggle of seeing him placing in his mind who he thinks it is, and hearing his voice saying these things that are being typed to him in these emails. And I thought that was a really great way of getting us engaged into the story. A little heartbreaking, albeit, but it does bring the journey together by the time we get to the end and we actually find out, if we find out, who this other person is. Not to spoil, but I personally could have done with or without finding out the reveal of who this person was, but ultimately the conclusion of this movie in regards to that is satisfying, and it makes sense when you go back and think about it. Ultimately, Love, Simon is an important movie that brings a great message behind it, but it's also very entertaining and very funny and leaves you with characters that you're never going to forget. And kids are going to be inspired by this movie. Between movies like this coming out and Black Panther being the highest gross superhero movie of all time now, and Wonder Woman that came out last year, and movies that are coming out in the future, this is a really good time, and I'm glad movies are being made like this, and I'm glad that they're being made well and awesomely, and they're respectable not just for what they're trying to say, but they're just great movies. And Love, Simon is one of those movies that you should see. I'm going to give Love, Simon a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a darn good movie. But now I want to know from you guys. The movie has been out for a little while, so if you've seen Love, Simon, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. What was your favorite character in the movie? Because I think characters are on the forefront of this particular motion picture. Who was your favorite side character? Because Simon's a great character, but I guess it's obvious. Maybe. I don't know. If you want to say Simon, say Simon. If you enjoyed my review, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, check out my social medias, and my Stardust down below. I'm John Maffio, aka MaffmanJones, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Peace.